Hi, I'm Christy Kimbrel with Keller Williams Realty, and I just wanted to put this video out there for a lot of people who are interested in buying foreclosed homes and maybe aren't sure where to start or what they need to know. So I go to dinner parties all the time, talking to a lot of clients. Everybody wants to know about foreclosures and everybody wants a deal in this market, and there are a lot of things that are different than a normal transaction or maybe different than just their past experiences that are important to know. So I put together the 5 most important things you should know about buying a foreclosed home. Number 5 being as is the way that they are sold. As is going to mean in this situation, once you buy a home or once you find a home that you're interested in, the bank has never lived in it, they don't occupy it, they have no past history, and even if they did, they aren't making any warranties on the home. Which is easy to take at face value, but you need to understand once you move in that any problems that you might find, water in the springtime or, a roof situation, those all, hopefully you would find out during the inspection from any past evidence. So I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it is important that you know that there is no one to go, look for answers after you move in, and it is what it is. And that also includes personal property. Personal property includes washer dryers, refrigerators, anything that might currently be in the home, or even, for instance, a hot tub out on the deck that's currently out in the home may or may not be there at the time of closing. So you aren't able to write that into the purchase agreement. The banks will not take that. They say, we aren't going to remove anything from the house, but you're lucky if it's there at the time of closing. Now there, are always strange circumstances where that does happen. Typically, they stay. If somebody were to break in and steal these items, there is no warranties, and you would still have to go through and purchase the home, even though you believe that they would be there. Let's see. Number 4, it's important to be pre-approved, and if you can, be non-contingent. It's important not to have any other contingencies other than an inspection in your way of actually proceeding to closing. If you go non-contingent, that's the best way to get and secure one of the deals that are out there in this market. Non-contingent means that you don't have a house to sell and or you can afford to carry both houses. Now in this market, that's a scary thing. We don't recommend that for anybody unless you're really prepared for the dollars that could be involved with carrying 2 properties before one were to sell. It's always great to be able to rent your current home and to not have to sell anything in this market and just look forward to purchasing and acquiring one of these bargains. The safest way, if you do need to sell your home, is to get it on the market, get it sold, find out what your numbers are, or talk to somebody ahead of time who really understands this current market in order to find out and make sure that all the numbers are going to work for you moving forward, that you'll have enough for a down payment, or that you're going to have, the dollars that you need in order to make this work for you. You can sell your house subject to you finding the home of your choice. So once you get a purchase agreement, you can say, give me, let's put the closing date out 60 days. I need 45 days to sell my home or to find a home that I would like to purchase. And most people are open to that. If that's not an option and you get a buyer who walks in, wants it right away, you don't have time to go find one of those deals, then you may look at moving twice. And that bit of effort, as inconvenient as it might be, will definitely equate to better savings on the other end. There are a few banks, and I have heard that they're out there, but I haven't come across any myself that will accept a contingent offer. So it's important that you have both of those pieces covered and that you are fully approved. The full approval helps for number 3. With every bank has different rules. There are different pieces to the purchase agreement that aren't normally there. Every bank has their own documents, and in some cases their own separate purchase agreement entirely. So you need to be working with somebody or have knowledge of how those documents work and what they really mean and how that applies to you in your current situation. If you are looking to move forward and you've got, you're pre-approved, but you haven't really been through underwriting, or you haven't supplied the loan officer with all of your documentation, pre-approval is only as good as the paper it's on. If that information can't be verified, then you really don't have a pre-approval or an approval. So you want to make sure that you're as far along in that process as possible, because the banks, most of them have stipulations in there that if financing doesn't go through, they will retain your earnest money. They don't care that the numbers didn't work, or you said that your income was such and that included some overtime and they couldn't count the overtime. There are little rules, and lenders are getting tighter and tighter, so you need to have a good mortgage person who knows the rules that they're pre-approving you for, that the people that they work with on the other side that are offering these loans, they know all their requirements and how that works and how that goes against your personal financial portfolio in order to say, yes, you can go ahead and purchase this home and we'll give you the loan. Most of the purchase agreements are only subject to an inspection. You're on your own to do the inspection. They give you plenty of time, and then you can either take it or leave it. So there isn't a, asking the bank to, replace a couple windows or do any minor repairs. It's as is. You can check it out. You have that time, and your earnest money won't be retained if for any reason you decide to back out because of the inspection, as long as that's written that way in the purchase agreement. But that's completely acceptable to do that. But if you do go through and after the inspection you move forward, the banks pretty much, if you cancel for any reason, they're going to retain your earnest money. Similarly, most banks also will charge a per diem if it doesn't close on time, so $100 per day if you don't close. So these are some of the rules or some of the things that are written into these documents that are important to check out and ask your realtor about if you are in a purchase agreement, how these items are addressed, so that you are as protected and know, I guess, the rules that you're signing up for ahead of time, so that if anything were to happen, you can be as protected as possible. Number 2, don't be scared to write an offer. The good deals go really fast. Contrary to what the media says or what they're alluding to, I would say 90% of the offers that we write are in multiple offers. So you need to not be scared to just go ahead and put the offer in. If it looks like a really good deal, it's an area you've been looking in, you've seen deals come and go already, it's okay to write it subject before you've even seen it. Writing the offer is the easy part. Once you get a chance to get there and process and look through the house and then go towards the inspection, that's when you really need to buckle down and make sure what's what and that this does work for you. But it's important to get that offer in as quickly as possible, because you really obviously don't want to be in a multiple offer situation that only increases the price. So if you can get in there quickly and get it written, that is not the scary part, and that's where a lot of people, especially first-time buyers or even second-time buyers, I mean, it's a huge purchase, but don't be scared to get it on paper. There are many loopholes, or a huge one right out the gate of the inspection that you can then be able to get out of the purchase agreement without having too much trouble, or any trouble at all, or retaining any of your earnest money. If you end up doing the inspections usually run in between $300 and $400, and that is all you would be out if you decide to cancel within the time frames allotted after the inspection. So it's a good thing to keep in mind that is one of the easier steps of the process, and to just go ahead, bite the bullet, do that, and then kind of rate the offer first, think later, is the best way to end up getting one of these deals. And banks really aren't lowballing and accepting lowball offers too much. You can try, they'll often be denied. They've had agents go out and do BPOs, broker price opinions. They know where the pricing is and where the recent solds are. And for the first 2 years of this, that's all they were getting. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't work. 1 out of 50 times, there are some deals out there where I see a home that was purchased such where, I thought it was a good deal, and it goes even, significantly lower. So you know that the bank really had no other offers. So those are about as hard to come by as maybe they were in the old days, but there definitely are so many deals out there that there are plenty to go around, and you can get one for yourself. And then the number one thing, obvious to me anyways, is have an agent who knows how to do the foreclosures and REOs and bank-owned properties. All of those things, all those terms are somewhat synonymous. There are slight differences between them all, and I'm not going to go into that. But have an agent who really understands the process and who is selling in this market. If you have an agent, looking to, offer compensation back to you in the form of closing costs, or, I don't even know how they're structuring it, but some agents are offering to give some of their commissions back to the buyer in some way. That is nothing that should happen, and I don't know legally how they're structuring it. I'm sure they're doing it in a proper way. I have no idea how that's done, but I can imagine that those agents aren't incredibly busy right now and are looking for any way to gain clients. It's important. I would stick with the agents who have a good reputation, who can talk intelligently about the process, and they should be telling you things similar to what I am. And I put together this information because it seems like every place I go I'm having the same conversation, and people really want to know about the market right now and about foreclosed homes. So hopefully you found the information valuable. Feel free to go to my website if you want to contact me, theexceptionalhometeam.com. And then my name is, again, Christy Kimbrel. I will try to put together more of these videos to help you throughout the real estate process and get information out there about what's really happening in this market. So thank you.